ladies and gentlemen, the holiday season rolls on, and so does Gonzaga basketball. Welcome home, gentlemen. The Zags back in Spokane, still unbeaten. A perfect 6-0. Mississippi Valley State out of the Southwestern Athletic Conference in town. They're 0-8. This is possibly the final warm-up before the big showdown between Arizona for Gonzaga. That coming up on Saturday. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, Richard Fox. Gentlemen, they're 6-0. Record aside, are we amazed at the way this team has come together and really scratched out wins in this 6-0 start?
Well, to me, I see the pieces of potential really starting to come together. You knew they had grad transfers in Jordan Matthews. You knew they had regular transfers in Jonathan Williams and in particular Nigel Williams-Goss. But the impact that the freshmen have had really gives Coach Few a lot of versatility and a lot of depth.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised. 5 of your top 8 are all newcomers. That's been pretty impressive to me how well they've come together and how quickly they've come together.
Nigel Williams-Goss, the MVP of the Advocare Invitational, Dan, came right in from the University of Washington, had to sit out a year, and he is in a groove. Like, he is the guy right now, right?
Well, a lot of times when you come off a transfer year, there's kind of a feeling out process. That has not been the case with this young man out of Findlay Prep in Las Vegas, Nevada. Averaging a little over 13 points a game, shooting it at a much better clip than he did during his time at the University of Washington. I think the most impressive thing for me is the fact that he leads Gonzaga in steals, but more importantly, he's becoming that leader that Gonzaga really needs to have if they're going to have a deep run this season.
And Richard, Jonathan Williams got off to a bit of a slow start, but he is really coming on, isn't he?
Not quite as smooth as Williams-Goss's transition, but it's really starting to come together. Really struggled the first 2 games, only 5 points a game, shot 2 of 12. But against Bryant in that 3rd game at 20 points, 8 rebounds, and that really has started off the year for him. Now, in the last 4 games, nearly 15 points, 8 rebounds, getting nearly 3 offensive rebounds a game. You see the dynamic ability that he has on both ends. Gonzaga's not going to accomplish what they want to accomplish if he's not ready to go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Zags have had a different leading score in every game this season. Will that be the case again tonight? It is the Delta Devils of Mississippi Valley State and the Gonzaga Bulldogs up next. Starting lineups and tip-off when we come back. And welcome back to the great city of Spokane. The lights certainly give you a festive feel. The white stuff, white hasn't shown up yet in the Inland Northwest, but it's coming. Zag fans ready inside the McCarthy Athletic Center for game number 7 on this season. Zag 6-0. Mississippi Valley State yet to win a game. They've been on the road for a very, very long time. Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Numerica Credit Union. Zag fans, show your Bulldog pride with your Go Zags debit card only at Numerica. Darryl Riley, Rashawn Surlis, Killen Phillips, Amos Gibbon, and Terrence Traylor. 6'9", 6'4", 5'11", 6'4", and 5'10". They're up against a very large lineup, as you know, for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. It's a tough test for this team. Andre Payne, the head coach. He's an energetic guy. He'll be hunting that sideline. We'll wait and see what his Delta Devils team can do against this Gonzaga Bulldog team that seems to be really living up to its billing this year. Jordan Matthews, Nigel Williams-Goss, Josh Perkins, the front court, Jonathan Williams and Shemek Karnowski. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, and Richard Fox. Time now for tonight's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino, as you look at head coach Mark Few winning over 80% of his games. Guys, what are the keys tonight?
Well, Gonzaga must establish the offensive end inside out. Shemek Karnowski, Jonathan Williams pounded inside, open up the perimeter attack for later in the game. Don't believe the hype. As the great hip-hop artist Chuck D from Public Enemy once said, don't believe the hype.
Well, Greg, I don't have a hip-hop reference, but I do have a point, a key, which would be take care of the ball as well as they played down in Orlando. And as impressive as the win was, they did not take care of the ball. 42 turnovers to only 46 assists in 3 games. They've got to get back to really valuing the basketball.
I wish that was surprising, that you didn't have a hip-hop reference.
It's not, I'm good at lots of things. I'm not good at that.
Hey, I'm ready for this game, fellas.
There you are. There you are.
There you see the series history. How do you guard against a Zag team looking forward to that big showdown on Saturday against Arizona?
Well, it's a process to every season and the maturation of every team. You cannot overlook your opponent regardless if your biggest preseason game is the next one. Coach Few has always looked at it as one game at a time, one step at a time. This is a challenge for them tonight to not overlook Mississippi Valley State and getting ready for Arizona.
The Delta Devils in Christmas colors. That dark green road uni with red trim. Zag ball. Here's Nigel Williams-Goss from the top of the key. 3-zip.
Picking up right where he left off. Hit 6 of those against Iowa State in the championship game at the Avocare Invitational. It's a great sign.
Well, you're always curious to see how a guy improves over the course of a redshirt year. While he was at UW, less than 31% from 3. Now 45 on the year. As you see the inside bucket for the Delta Devils, he's really improved his range.
Nice save there by Rashawn Sirles. An opportunity to take the lead at the other end. But this time, Amos Given unable to convert.
Oh, within a couple possessions, you see exactly what Adrian Payne's team is going to do. Change up the defense, pressure you a little bit, already causing 2 turnovers.
And Riley with the run out, but Perkins getting back there defensively to block the shot. And this is what you have to guard against. This Delta Devils team's got nothing to lose. They're winning the energy battle here in the first minute.
They're not in awe here. They just got off playing the game at Indiana. So they've played against some high-level teams. They're not going to be intimidated with the situation.
Riley, shallow shot from 3. Falls short. Zag basketball.
See a little 2-1-2 press here. Ball back into a man-to-man, but they're going to try to speed Gonzaga up. They've seen the turnover numbers. If they can get some easy buckets in transition, that'll help their cause.
Williams-Goss again, this time from the corner, and he drains another.
A good job attacking the pressure of Mississippi Valley State and then staying spaced. Nigel Williams-Goss, the recipient of the good look-ahead pass.
Killen Phillips, number 11. Riley with 10 now on the shot clock, working on Perkins. Ball goes inside. It's deflected out of bounds, and it is off of Rashawn Sirles. So possession belonging to Gonzaga.
And just as Richard alluded to a second ago, you're going to see a lot of this full-court pressure, trying to get Gonzaga to turn it over, which is surprisingly, with 2 point guards on the floor, been a problem early in the season.
Perkins. Matthews, 3 ball. Missed everything. Sirles on the move, throws it up, scores 6-4.
It's Indiana, 32 minutes. Sirles with 14 points, and you see he's got some athletic ability. As you see the quick foul inside. It's the Delta Devils.
Terrence Traylor picking up our first foul of the game. So Josh Perkins inbounding. Nice catch by Karnowski. No look to Shemek. It's poked out of bounds there by Terrence Traylor. Zag ball with 22 seconds on the shot clock.
You have to be impressed with the activity level defensively from Mississippi Valley, getting their hands on a lot of balls. Those deflections often lead to steals, and more importantly, they force the offense to be a little more tentative as they try to get the ball inside.
Williams blocked. Rashawn Sirles very active early for this Delta Devil team. And he'll take the shot there and connect from the wing.
That's a good sign.
A 3-point shot, and they lead it by a point.
Good sign for the Devils. Coming into tonight, he's been 3 of 18, shot 3 of 18 from behind the arc. He shot that with a ton of confidence.
Matthews gets inside, and he's got a chance for a 3-point play. Foul called on Amos Given, his first.
And you'd like to see Jordan have a little more balance to his game. He's such a good shooter, but the last 4 games he struggled. 4 of 16 here. He passes up a decent look and puts it on the deck. He's got that ability. He's not a great finisher at the rim, but he's long enough and athletic enough to make some plays. He can't constantly settle for the three. He needs a little more balance to his offense.
And he completes the three-point play. Gonzaga leads by a bucket, 9-7. Now the 8th-ranked team in America. Givens inside, working right at Williams, and he traveled.
What you see early on, this Delta Devil Ball Club has no fear in them. They are attacking the paint off the bounce. They're willing to get in pick and rolls. They're picking up defensively. They've come to play tonight.
Well, they've got some quickness out front. They've got some length on the backside. And here we see another turnover against this press.
This is Killen Phillips, blocked by Matthews from behind. Remember, Gonzaga had 7 turnovers in the first 7 minutes in that win against Florida.
Already 3 tonight. As you see the nice block from Matthews, and ball bounces out on the Delta Devils.
A lot of deflections early by this Delta Devil team. You've got to like their defensive effort to this point. Perkins fights through that double team. Here's Karnowski. Into the corner, Matthews. He'll shoot another. (12-7). 1 of 2 for Jordan Matthews.
And you know this, Dan, as a shooter, sometimes getting to the free throw line, getting the layup, can make that basket get a little bigger, get you some confidence and some rhythm. I think those 2 free throws early for Matthews will go a long way here tonight.
Sirlis shot way off, bounce pass. Williams Goss, and he's fouled. Will shoot free throws. Foul called on Isaac Williams. His first 3 on Mississippi Valley State. Jordan Matthews, 43% shooter from the arc. 1 of 2 to start this game tonight. Gonzaga leads it by 5. Gonzaga Hoops is brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Northern Quest is your ultimate destination for fun. Experience true Vegas-style gaming, stay in a luxurious hotel, see a spectacular show, and eat in the finest restaurants all under one roof. Visit northernquest.com today to learn more. There's the bright lights of Spokane. Gonzaga, 8th-ranked team in America, leading Mississippi Valley State by 5, 12-7, 15-57 to play first half. Nigel Williams-Goss at the free throw line already with a couple of makes from behind 3, 6 points. These are his first free throws.
Shooting at an unbelievable clip this season, 95% from the free throw line. Don't expect that to hold throughout the course of the year, but what you really like is the fact that he's willing as a big guard and able to attack the rim and put foul pressure on the defense.
1 of 2 from the line. Vasha Vaughn, number 0 in the game.
Dribble weave up top to high pick and roll action, trying to get a breakdown in the Gonzaga defense. It does exactly that.
Darryl Riley right over Williams-Goss.
Shooting the ball well, over 50% from 3 to start the season. It's way too comfortable a look if you're the GU.
Teardrop no good. Zach Collins on the floor. So is Killian Tilly. Back come the Delta Devils. And a lay-in at the other end by Jabari Alex. So the big fellas, the big bodies can't corral that rebound. And the Delta Devils cash in. And now a foul called. And this is on number 25, Javon Smith, the freshman out of Milwaukee.
Here you see the little fake dribble handoff, keep it into the 3, but Delta Devils are just showing more activity, more energy out on the floor than Gonzaga is tonight. That's why Silas Melson checks into the game for Gonzaga. He gave them a great boost in a couple of those games down in Orlando.
It was huge in the second half against Florida. What you like about Melson's game this year, if his shot's not falling, he's still bringing you something out there on the floor. He's their best defender on the perimeter. He's improved his playmaking ability. He's really taken a big jump this year.
Collins, double team there. Skip pass, nice catch by Melson. And off the glass, his first bucket.
I think that's where Salas is at his best. He's struggling from 3, 4 of 19 coming into tonight, but around the rim, he's 52%. I think sometimes he does fall in love with the three-point shot. He's so effective getting to the basket with or without the ball. He needs to focus on that a little bit more often.
And again, they deployed that weave to take some time. Ball poked away, picked up by Perkins. A tough pass for Melson to handle. He picks it up and got it back to Josh. A couple of bounce passes we've seen from Perkins now in transition. Matthews, 1 of 3 from behind 3. Poked out of bounds. It'll be Gonzaga basketball.
Well, you mentioned the bounce passes in transition from Perkins. You know, obviously the pass is quicker than the dribble. Every player who's grown up playing the game has heard that from coaches 3rd grade on up. But you have to execute the pass, throw that in a way that the man who's getting the ball doesn't lose their momentum. Josh has a tendency to try to make the difficult or the cute-looking pass.
Collins, left hand, but a whistle. Offensive foul. And yeah, this is going to be on Silas, so no shot there. So Melson picks up his first, and that is the team's first. The steal by Collins and the foul called, and this will be on number 0, Vasha Vaughn, the senior out of Memphis.
That's just not your normal 7-footer. Being able to pressure out 30 feet away from the basketball, or excuse me, from the basket.
Richard, anyways.
And create turnovers.
Yeah.
But he's just, I really like him coming off the bench. You get Shemek and Jonathan Williams able to put foul pressure and really kind of establish the interior early and soften things up for him to go ahead and then put extra foul pressure on.
Josh Perkins from the elbow. Won't get the roll, and another whistle. And another foul inside against Mississippi Valley State.
And that's just another way that he puts foul pressure on teams is he's still, as a freshman, he does a great job sealing, but what I really like about him is he makes it a point almost every single time to go to the offensive glass.
Silas picking up his first personal. That's 6 against Mississippi Valley State.
Collins is giving him 2 offensive rebounds a game.
And there's a tough pass taken away by Vaughn. Almost taken away at the other end by Perkins, but fighting through that is Amos Given, and he scores.
Just the sloppiness there. High-low pass goes it directly to the opponent.
Maybe a play like that gets the team going.
Well, that's a way to get rid of the sloppiness. Easily break pressure and attack. Anytime you break a press, you want to get the ball to the paint, get it to the rim, and there's no better way to finish than over the top like Zach Collins did right there.
And no bounce pass. You guys just brought up the fact that they've been bringing Zach off the bench along with Killian Tilly. But you notice down there in Orlando, those 2 guys were on the floor at the end of the game to win it.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the free throw shooting problems that Shemek Karnowski has had over the course of his career. Zach, in his own right, is a good free throw shooter at 74%, but I think with his mechanics, it'll improve. But it shows you the trust that Coach Few has in those 2 as freshmen.
Well, I think defensively, they're also a little more versatile combo. As we see the tie-up here, they're more versatile defensively than Williams and Karnowski, particularly in a late-game situation where you know Iowa State's going to be looking for the 3 ball. They're able to guard on the perimeter a little bit more effectively. What I've been impressed with is the fact that Mark's put out both of them together constantly. Usually you bring out one freshman, keep an upperclassman out there on the floor at the same time. He's very comfortable with both freshmen playing extended minutes together.
3 on the shot clock. That shot way off by Silas, and the rebound by Collins. Jordan Matthews, his 4th attempt.
There is no hesitation in that trigger, that's for sure.
Williams-Goss stops the ball. 2-on-1. Collins.
Well, you didn't like the bounce pass a second ago, Greg, but that time, that bounce pass was executed extremely well. Nigel Williams-Goss with the steal, bounce pass. Zach Collins, I'll take another dunk. Oh, and give me a free throw.
What I like is he's going up to dunk the basketball. You see it constantly with young, big guys. You know, they try to use the glass too much. He's got that ability. Go up strong. If you miss it, you're getting fouled. You're getting a line anyway. Well, you like the assertiveness.
Collins now with 5 points.
I mean, think about the luxury, Greg. I mean, Zach Collins starts for nearly every team this program has seen. It's a compliment to Williams and Karnowski, but talk about a luxury, having a 7-footer that talented, that skilled, coming off your bench.
Well, I think something we haven't talked about yet is the fact that, you know, he came from a great high school program. Bishop Gorman won multiple state tournaments while he was there. But he's used to coming off the bench and being kind of a second fiddle type guy. Played behind McDonald's All-Americans and Chase Jeter, who's now at Duke, as well as Steven Zimmerman, who was at UNLV. So he's not always been used to being the focal guy.
Matthews, wide open three.
Great read. Excellent cross-court pass. Tilley's not open on the cut to the rim. Good awareness from your freshman.
Zags on an 8-0 run. Sirles inside. Got the shot to the glass over Collins. That's a nice bucket.
Great finish.
He's a good-looking player now. 3 of 5, 7 points.
Matthews. Nelson from the corner. That's long. And winning that rebound battle is Rashawn Sirles. And the deflection out of bounds off of Cy Nelson. 10:51 to play first half in Spokane. Gonzaga leading Mississippi Valley State 23-16. But it is thundering at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Tonight's Smiles of the Game are brought to you by Delta Dental. A healthy smile is a powerful thing. Find the easiest way to take care of yours at DeltaDentalWA.com with tips and tools to keep you and your smile strong all season long. Delta Dental of Washington, proud supporters of healthy smiles and your Gonzaga Bulldogs.
Tooth Fairy showed up at my house the other night.
The Tooth Fairy did?
Yeah.
You're still losing teeth, Dan?
What's the Tooth Fairy paying these days?
My daughter Mary lost her first tooth the other night.
Wow, the first one.
It was awesome.
Boy, there's a quick trigger from the top. That's number 21, Terrence Traylor, kid out of Los Angeles, California, 6'9", 217. The first tooth. Williams-Goss. Melson going for the flush. Got it up there, and he's fouled.
Good job of just making himself available on that baseline cut and then going up and finishing with authority. He is one of the most athletic players to have come through this Gonzaga program in quite some time. 6'3", 6'4", the ability to finish up over the top with the hoop and the foul.
Fouled by Traylor. That's his second. 19 fouls on Mississippi Valley State. One more, Gonzaga's in the double bonus. As we near the 10-minute mark. Shemek Karnowski guarding out. Traylor will shoot it over Shemek. And Nelson skies for the rebound. Williams posting up hard. Goes to work. Up and under. Missed the shot with the left hand. No whistle against Ronald Strother. And it's Dirt Devil basketball. Or Delta Devils basketball. And there's the unforced turnover. That'll be Gonzaga basketball.
You see Gonzaga has definitely turned up their defensive intensity, but I think what they've actually done these last 3-4 minutes is really kind of turn up the defensive awareness.
Zags up by 8. Big Shem, left-hand jump hook. The thing of beauty.
Well, they're not going to double. Shemik's just going to take his time, get into that little 1-2 gather, jump hook over the right shoulder. That's become a staple of his game.
Here's Strother, sophomore out of Birmingham. Isaac Williams now working on Perkins. Poked away, loose ball. Picked up by Traylor, 2 on the shot clock. And they won't get a shot away. There's our first shot clock violation of the game.
Great defensive awareness on that play from Gonzaga. A good activity level. You see Goss comes over, Williams-Goss comes over on the help side, gets his hand on the ball. Doesn't come up with the steal, but to your point, there's activity and then there's being aware, being connected to each other defensively. Everyone thinks about spacing on the offensive end, but defensively, you've got to be on a string. Particularly when you're on the help side, you've got to be in the right position. Right there, an excellent example from Williams-Goss.
Uh-oh. Silas threw that a bit too high for Josh. 10-point lead, 8:08 to play first half. Turnover number 6 for Gonzaga. Gonzaga's assisted 9 times out of their 10 field goals made.
When they execute and make the simple play, when they're getting great offense, it's when they get rushed or try to make the home run play out with the pass that they've had some of these turnovers.
Nelson from the corner. Rebounded Williams, new clock. Perkins fires a 3, that's off. And the rebound this time by Darrell Riley. There's Serla, spins in the paint, tried to get it in the corner, it was deflected. It gets there anyways, but Javon Smith missed the shot. And Perkins banged, but no foul there. Jabari Alex ran right into him. Another loose ball picked up. Here's Riley now. At Williams-Goss, missed it. Nigel pokes it out. Now he's on the move. 2-on-2 here. He's got Shemik, and it's poked away by Rashawn Serlis. Don't you have to throw that pass up a little higher now?
Well, it's a difficult one. You got Big Shemik running the floor. You got to find a way to get it to him. Shuffle pass must be executed. Gonzaga up big.
Gonzaga Hoops is brought to you by Bank of America. Veterans face unique challenges when they get out of the military, and Bank of America is committed to helping them through financial education, career opportunities, and support for military nonprofits. To learn more, visit bankofamerica.com/military support. Gonzaga leading Mississippi Valley State 28-18. They're 4 of 10 from behind the arc, 10 of 20 from the floor. Shooting it well, 13 rebounds to 10 for Mississippi Valley State. But gentlemen, those 7 turnovers really keeping this Devils team in the game.
Yeah, Delta Devils have done a good job of disguising and matching up their defenses as Josh Perkins hits the corner 3 on the skip pass. But they've kept Gonzaga kind of uneasy getting into their offense. They got to do a much better job taking care of that ball and getting the ball established on the interior.
Riley with it. Javon Smith, number 25, 7 on the shot clock. Back to Riley, step back 3. Long. Vaughn fights through and gets the rebound. That leaves it inside, the lay-in by Jabari Alex.
Long threes, long rebounds. It's important against a team like the Delta Devils. It's going to take a number of threes that your guards don't stop playing once the shot goes up as Perkins knocks down the second straight three. We're talking about a guy who's turned it on down in Orlando in 33 minutes in the last 4 games, rather, 15 points and shooting 52% from 3. I think he offensively is probably their best scorer from the perimeter. He's good in the pick and roll. He can get to the rim, and he's consistent from behind the three-point line.
You could argue the fact that he should have been the MVP of the tournament down in Orlando.
There's a steal. Williams Goss lay in. Gonzaga's lead now growing following those 2 3-point makes by Perkins and then the steal and finish by Williams Goss. Gonzaga's on a 21-6 run, 5:26 to play first half. Mississippi Valley State. They are the Delta Devils that are out of the Southwest Athletic Conference out of Ena Beta, Mississippi, but the notable alumni.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Richard. You got one a pretty good wide receiver and the other one of the best defensive linemen ever, Deacon Jones.
You know, Jerry Rice played for the 49ers, Dan.
Also played for the Raiders at one time.
I know he only played for the Raiders.
Did he play for the Seahawks one season?
Yeah,
he did.
Last year, I think.
Yeah.
You guys pegged me as only a basketball guy. Come on, fellas.
I really thought I had you set up there.
I did. I know where you're going with that. Greg tries to do things like that all the time.
Poor Dan.
Yes, I bring all bad to Dan. I try. There's another steal. Matthews, Williams Goss, transition 3, short. Matthews got it back though. And now Perkins, another 3 in a row for Josh.
Hey, if you're feeling it, you hit a couple in a row, why not? One of the best times to shoot a 3 is off the offensive glass. That time, Gonzaga gets the second opportunity, kicks it out. Josh with another knockdown 3.
He can't hesitate. I think last year at times he passed up on those type of shots, wanted to get his teammates involved. This year they need him to be assertive on the offensive end. That's a great look for GU.
Well, it's a fine line as a point guard or a attacking guard, is finding your offense as well as keeping others involved and creating offense for guys. Josh is still learning it.
Great rebound there by Jabari Alex to earn his team another chance. Amos Gibbon. Vaughn cutting down the middle was number 12, Lorenzo Hunt. And he is fouled.
Great cut there from the weak side. Josh Perkins turns his head. Hunt recognizes it, cuts right down the lane. Gets the pass back. Gets himself fouled to the free throw line for 2.
Foul called on Perkins, his first, team's third, actually. Hunt, a freshman out of Memphis, Tennessee, 6'4", 195. Williams Goss to the bench. Silas Melson back into the game. When you think back just a couple of years ago, when you talk about a guard rotation and how many minutes both Gary Bell and Kevin Pangos had to play, and now you got these 4 guys. I mean, they're just they're revolving in and out of the game, and you don't lose anything with anybody.
Yeah, there's not a lot of drop off as Tilly misses a little floater, comes up with the offensive rebound.
Perkins. Tilly got it again. Killian Tilly.
You know, it's amazing how dominant Gonzaga's been on the offensive glass as we have the block here on Silas Melson. And you look at Collins, Williams, both give you over 2 offensive rebounds a game. Tilly nearly gives you nearly 2 a game.
Killian Tilly, 2 points, 2 rebounds. He had to earn this one. Look at him go up. Oh, he's 6'10" and a freshman, 18 years old. Time now for the play of the game, brought to you by Rockwood Health Systems. Rockwood Health Systems, Deaconess Hospital, Valley Hospital, and Rockwood Clinic working together for you. And speaking of working together, Nigel Williams Goss the steal. And then the assist at the other end to Zach Collins, who had that big hammer. 7 feet tall. And he's, what, 6 feet away from the basket, as appeared when he went up and flushed that thing. How many guys in the history of the program that tall could do things like that? We go to Richard. who could only dream of things like that.
I was just literally having a fantasy about, I wonder what that's like. You know, they've had plenty. You know, you think of the super athletic guys up front, and you know, Zach's plenty athletic, but you know, you think about guys at Turioff and Calvary. They've had some real high flyers around the rim, but it's the combination of skill, size. Yeah, to me, it's more like a Heitfeld than one of those guys, where he's got the skill level too, and given how young he is, that's what's so impressive.
And the turnover grabbed by Perkins. Had a great interview with Josh yesterday. Sat him down here. Interview coming up on the Mark Few Show. Talked about a lot of things. He's growing up. Different kid now. Perkins. Josh with another three.
But the great thing about that one was there was no hesitancy whatsoever. He caught it with the understanding that he's open, and he shot it in rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult as a point guard when you're playing with another point guard. And Williams Goss, as you see the offensive rebound and putback. But it's a combination of, so when Williams Goss is out there on the floor, you know, what is Josh's role really? And I think he's the better pure scorer between the two guys. And now when he's out there on the floor on his own, this is kind of when back to your original point earlier, is this is maybe when he's more of a playmaker, trying to get his teammates involved. But that's a difficult ask of any kid, particularly a young guard, is to make sure he understands when and how he needs to be playing on the floor.
Yeah, but I can guarantee you this, after having been around enough practices this year and being around the program, Coach Few, his favorite point guards are guys that, one, win, but two, can score and get others involved. And he feels Josh has that attribute of both.
That's everybody's favorite point guard, isn't it?
Well, I know Coach Few's had a number that he can kind of pinpoint and talk to about with Josh and say, look, this guy did a good job of balancing scoring versus playmaking. And he feels that Josh has a great mix of both. And he feels that at times, early in particular last season, Josh passed up his ability to be aggressive individually to score the ball, to get others the ball. But when you look to score, it opens up your passing lanes much more as a point guard.
There's Josh. Williams. Blocked from behind. Nice play by Jabari Alex. There's Jabari with it. Back to Sirlis. That ball poked away by Matthews. Josh now. Nice no look. Melson the flush.
Such a gifted passer. You see it right there. Just an excellent handoff. Really just a shuffle pass to his teammate. Melson running the floor.
Nice finish by Jabari Alex, senior out of Chicago.
Gonzaga's zone has created problems the past couple possessions, but that time Collins loses track of the man in the bottom side of the zone, gives up the layup.
Melson from the corner. Vaughn with the rebound. Boy, there's a quick outlet. And the ball poked away by Josh Perkins. It's out of bounds off of Darryl Riley. So Gonzaga basketball with 1:32 to play first half, with Killen Phillips checking in, sophomore out of Memphis. Josh Perkins, guys, 12 points, 4 assists.
Yeah, and it's good to see him on the offensive end. He's doing a better job taking care of the basketball tonight. Coming into tonight, 15 assists, but 14 turnovers. Part of that is just trying to get, you know, your rhythm back after not being able to play to start the year, the first 2 games. But he's too gifted a passer to turn it over at that rate.
And turnover number 9 by GU. So the coaching staff, I'm sure, will be talking about that number at halftime.
Well, some of these turnovers are seemingly unforced. That time, Silas dribbles into a double team against the zone and doesn't pass fake, just throws it into the defender's hands. Becomes a bobbled ball, and Gonzaga didn't come up with it.
Isaac Williams. Got his own miss back. Took a shot to the cheek, but scored. Mississippi Valley State on a 7-2 run right now. Perkins. The open three is good.
That's just
Josh
great
has
basketball.
15.
Jordan Matthews, shot fake. One dribble finds the open Josh Perkins.
Perkins took a shot in the face there. Stood in there like a champ, though.
Trying to take the charge, just didn't get quite squared up quite enough. But how about the minutes for Josh Perkins? Well-deserved break here going into halftime. I tell you what, you combine what he's done tonight with how well he's played the last 4 games. I mean, there's nobody shooting the ball as well as he is at that point guard position. I mean, and that opens up not only his game, but the entire floor. It makes it difficult to zone against Gonzaga. And a lot of teams want to do that because they can't match up, you know, in a man-to-man defense against Gonzaga's size. So you're trying to combat it a little bit with that zone. But if he shoots it that well, combine him with Matthews and Williams-Goss knocking down the 3-point shot, you've got some difficult decisions to make defensively.
10 seconds to play first half. 5 seconds. Sirlis has a 3-point attempt, and it's short. Williams missed it. Got a 49-28 score at the half. Zags lead it by 21. They shot 18 of 33, 54%, 53% from behind 3. Mississippi Valley State shot 43%. They had 12 turnovers. Gonzaga had 9 turnovers. Assistant coach Tommy Lloyd now joins us. And coach, some broad thoughts here. I know the turnovers, you guys had 9 turnovers. I'm sure you're going to talk about that at half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, you got to respect the opponent. These guys have quick hands. They're aggressive. You know, they're playing multiple defenses, so you really can't get set in on one thing. And, you know, when it comes to that, you got to rely on your fundamentals. And our guys haven't done a great job overall of that.
Tommy, you look at Josh Perkins knocking down 5 threes in that first half. He's seemingly becoming more and more comfortable after sitting out the first 2 games of the year. What do you guys see?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, Josh has a lot of experience. You know, he played a major role for us last year. And, you know, with the situation, you know, he was in early to start out the season. It was a little bit awkward for him. But, you know, he's played his way through it. And he's an improved guy. So, you know, we're expecting big things out of him.
Thanks, Coach Lloyd. 49-28. Gonzaga leading Mississippi Valley State, and we are at the half. Nice first half there by Josh Perkins. 15 points, 4 assists. Matthews dialed in a couple from long distance. You see Josh on defense. And how about those dunks from Melson and from Zach Collins? 49-28 our score at the half. The start of the second half. Gonzaga leads Mississippi Valley State 49-28 to start. Greg Heister, Dan Dickow, Richard Fox, and we are underway. Perkins, Williams, Gosh, Karnowski, Williams, and Matthews on the floor for GU. And our first miss of the second half, and back come Mississippi Valley State, the Delta Devils.
You know, Delta Devils struggled last 30 possessions, 10 turnovers, but I know both of you would agree it's been impressive how well they've competed. Despite the score, they continue to play hard defensively, trying to pressure GU, and it's difficult for them to score at times. I just see the 3 knocked down there by Taylor.
Terrence now with 5 points. Karnowski poked away from behind by Gibbon. Goes out of bounds, and it remains with GU.
That was just poor awareness of Jordan Matthews on the entry pass there. Yes, Shemek Karnowski was fronted, but was unaware of the weak side defense loading up, ready to get there, knocking the ball out of bounds. Got to be able to see not just the defense in front of you, but the weak side and how they're anticipating to react.
Matthews. Williams rebound of a flush. You knew that was going to happen. He caught it too close to the rim.
This Gonzaga team, this front court in particular, has some of the best knack and skills for going after offensive rebounds, just a nose for it. Tilly, Williams, and Collins in particular.
Taylor tries it again. Williams another rebound. Jonathan with 3 rebounds this game. We have a whistle away from the ball, and this will be on Taylor. That'll be his 3rd and the first foul this half against the Delta Devils.
It's a difficult matchup for any of the bigs on Mississippi Valley State. Shimon Karnowski's got a good 70 pounds on all of those guys, but give them credit. Jonathan Williams only 2 points on the night. Shimmick 2 as well.
Karnowski
now improves it to 4, but it's just a matter of time.
Space. There's Traylor. Terrence will shoot it again from 18 feet, and he finds pay dirt.
That's what you're going to see.
Traylor.
You're going to see teams do that to Shimon Karnowski. They did it in Orlando as Josh Perkins misses the transition 3, but teams are going to put Shimmick in pick-and-roll situations, try to get him in rotations, picking pops because they don't think he's going to be able to show and recover to his man in time.
It was interesting. Darryl Riley already trying to save some time.
See this 2-3 zone.
Boy, nice vision into the corner.
How about this?
And there's Terrence Traylor again.
9 points now. 7 here in the second half. Another great start to this half here. Good start to the first half. Nice start here in the second half as William Goss knocks down the nice floater.
10 on the shot clock. First attempt this half by Rashawn Sirlis is long. Williams Goss into the corner. Karnowski fouled by Rashawn Sirlis. His Big Shem took a swat to the ear, and I don't think he even felt it.
Gonzaga's attacking this zone defense of Mississippi Valley State in an interesting way. They're getting Nigel Williams-Goss at the mid-post, trying to get high-low action going with him to either Karnowski or Williams.
There's a foul inside. And that's on number 33, Jamal Watson. That's his first, team's third. Watson, a junior out of Long Beach, California. And Jonathan Williams at the free throw line. J3.
Yeah, quiet night tonight for Jonathan. 2 points, 1 of 4, knocks down the first free throw, 4 rebounds, but we got a glimpse of what he could do down in Florida. He's a difficult guy to keep off the glass on the offensive end. And defensively, he's got some of the same abilities we see with Tilly and Collins as far as guarding on the perimeter, needing to switch on a smaller player. And his offense is really starting to come along. I think early on in the year, you saw him very hesitant on his post catches. The last 4 games, as he knocked down the second free throw, much more assertive on the catch. He's got a plan. He goes right to work.
And a whistle. And the official stop it here is number 33, Jamal Watson, goes over to the bench. There must be some blood.
There's a little bit of blood under his eye, maybe.
And not only does Mark Few have the great rotation at guard, but these frontline guys, Williams, Tilly, and Collins, guys, 42 offensive rebounds between the 3 of them this year. Williams has 18. And it provokes no thought. There's Sirlis.
It's so profound, Greg.
It's just such a bold statement.
I had to think about it for a minute.
Karnowski is flush shitty here tonight.
Good look from Nigel Williams-Goss, delivering it where only Shemek could catch it, leading to the easy dunk up over the top.
And that's a difficult ask for Williams inside, one-on-one. That's a difficult ask for just about anybody in the country, trying to keep Karnowski away from the front of the rim.
Gonzaga's largest lead of the game now, and the travel called on Killen Phillips. Shemek Karnowski. Oh, boy. What else can you say about that? That is a mountain of a man. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Time now for tonight's Arby's trivia question. Who's the only current Zag to have played Mississippi Valley State in his career? Is it Jeremy Jones, Jordan Matthews, Jonathan Williams, or Nigel Williams-Goss? Text your answer to 27297.
That's a good question.
It is a good question. I like that.
I'm sure you know it. You just don't want to share your knowledge of Zag history and biography with us.
He's coached against them. Yes, I know the answer.
It's because it's in front of you, Greg. That's cheating.
Yes, but I know it. I mean, I still know it, regardless of how I know. I know.
You see the Delta Devils here in a little 2-3 zone.
Matthews. Collins, look at him get up. Blocked from behind by Surlis.
Yeah, you don't come up with the bucket, but that's a great offensive possession. The ball hardly hit the floor. You moved, you attack that zone with the pass. You're going to get a great look in the corner for Matthews. And when you're playing a zone, it's difficult to rebound. You see Collins take advantage of the offensive rebound.
And that was 43 offensive rebounds now between those three guys.
Impressive.
Still no reaction.
I just said impressive.
Oh, okay. Collins. Here's Williams-Goss. Deflection. Surlis with it. Out to Vaughn. Nice move. Left-hand lay-in. And Williams-Goss at the other end left it short. Taken back by Killian Tilly. He's got Collins. Zach.
But you can't like that stretch from Nigel Williams-Goss for your Coach Few. Make the quick, easy decision coming off that pick and roll when you're trapped, rather than try to split it, thread the needle underneath, and then compound it like forcing a shot in that very next possession.
That ball's off of Jordan Matthews as Jordan goes to the bench, and Brian Alberts will replace him.
Zach Collins just being a garbage man, cleaning up the mess that his teammates leave, again, on the offensive glass.
How many rebounds is that now, Greg?
I don't know, man. The addition's getting hard. And there's a foul called as Brian Alberts into the game.
This is good to see. Brian's he's stuck as that odd man out in this rotation. He's a guy that can, when he gets his feet set, he can really shoot the basketball. He's had his opportunities last year in particular to really become a big part of the rotation. He wasn't quite able to take advantage of it. But with this depth of Gonzaga, you want to see different guys get opportunities in games like tonight.
Collins caught the ball at the elbow and then just went right to the rim with it. That's impressive to me.
Well, good flash first off, and the same point with Williams there. Collins has a purpose on his catch. He knows exactly where he wants to go. He doesn't allow the defense to collapse and make his life more difficult. He's got such a good feel on both ends, really, but offensively you see the skill, but his feel for the game, he's in the right spots as he knocks down the free throw, in the right spots for offensive rebounds. Even just in 6, now 7 games, you see he's moving without the ball on the weak side more effectively.
And the turnover. Alberts. Gonzaga leads by 30 and then 28. As Isaac Williams with the finish, and then Williams-Goss at the other end. Don't blink, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, don't blink. Don't get back on defense. Nigel Williams-Goss, the recipient of an easy 2.
Killian Tilly. And the turnover. And a timeout on the floor. Nobody's happy right now. Gonzaga leads it by 30, 13:09 to play. One of those games when you look at the highlight reel, you're like, holy smokes, this Zag team is a high flyer.
You would think number of dunks tonight, but the thing that stands out to me is 9 threes, all of them coming in the first half, but Gonzaga is really shooting the ball well early in this season.
"13 minutes to play." Rashawn Sirlis, number 5 against 5. 1 on the shot clock, and that shot long by Isaac Williams. And Rui Hachimura on the floor for Gonzaga, number 21. And we've got a shot now with him on the floor to see the best dunk yet. Here's Collins. Fights for position and scores. And then took a shot to the nose from Rui.
That's something that will continue to improve with Collins over time. His ability to finish through contact. He's really good as a freshman, but as he gains more strength, it'll become even better.
Oh, Collins showing on defense. And then the rebound on the weak side. Kids everywhere. There's Rui. Alberts lines up another 3. That one's short, and Collins had a hand in there, but he picks up the personal foul. He doesn't like the call with 11:48 to play. 139 our score. And time now for tonight's answer to the Arby's trivia question. Who is the only current Zag to have played Mississippi Valley State in his career? And the answer is Nigel Williams-Goss. He played the Delta Devils during his first year at UW, finishing with 18 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and a pair of steals. Come in for Arby's USDA Choice Angus Steak Sandwiches today. Steak is the best meat we have because steak is the best meat on earth.
I wasn't surprised that Nigel was the one who had played it. Coming from UW, they're known to play a soft preseason schedule at times. Many times, you know, they'd load up on home games similar to St. Mary's, but UW has a talented freshman, Markelle Fultz, that Gonzaga will have a good look at next week.
Sirlis to the outside. Isaac Williams missed the shot. Some bodies bang. Williams got it back. Dustin Triano on the floor as Collins tries to save it, but may have had a foot on the end line. So it is Delta Devil basketball.
Well, we talked about it at the break, though. Zach Collins, for a big guy, has such a great motor, but he also seems to really enjoy playing the game of basketball, which, Richard, you could touch on the fact a lot of big guys just kind of play because they're forced into it.
Well, it's just what you do. You're a big, tall guy, and people are going to ask you to play basketball. Triano loads up the 3 in transition.
Another rebound for Collins. And he is fouled from behind by Terrence Traylor.
Gonzaga's had the luxury of having a long history of having big guys who really enjoy the game, who come in on their own time, improve their game, compete. And Collins is the latest one. I mean, Tilly's right there.
One more.
Collins 7th on the team in minutes, but he leads the team with 35 free throw attempts. 1 of 2 there.
Yeah, gets in the line about 5 times a game coming into tonight. 5 free throws tonight as well. So And you want your bigs to put foul pressure on teams. Even if it's without the ball, you want to get into that bonus as early as you can each half.
Karnowski's been incredible at that over the years.
To this year, he struggled though. Only 11 free throws. 8 of those came against Bryant. It was a tough finish there by the Delta Devils.
Sean Sirlis.
Yeah, he started off the game hot offensively. He's cooled down a bit. That's a tough finish.
Hachimura. There you see the explosion. One dribble from the corner laying.
Such a unique player.
And look,
he's got the size of a 4 in this league, but I think he'll be a 3 when all is said and done.
And Terrence Strahler hits the 3 ball from the corner.
He's been a bright spot this evening for Mississippi Valley State. Him and Searles have really stepped up to the challenge.
Yeah, Strahler with 10 points here in the second half.
Triano again. He's a fine shooter. And I mean that.
He is
really
a good shooter. Grew up around the game. His dad has been a longtime NBA coach, head coach of the Raptors for a while, currently with the Suns coaching staff. He truly knows the game, has a high basketball IQ. Wouldn't be surprised to see that young man on a college basketball coaching staff in the near future.
Belson will go to the free throw line. And Triano was the 10th Zag to score in this game. Big Cy. 7 points, 4 rebounds. Also interviewed him yesterday. He's a cool cat. I like Silas. So laid back. Loves his role in this team, loves this program. Here's a look at your Alaska Air upcoming schedule. They connect Spokane to over 100 destinations, including Costa Rica and New York City. Book now at alaskaair.com. Oh, there's some great tarpon fishing down in Costa Rica. Anyway, so Arizona, UW, Akron, Tennessee, South Dakota. How about that schedule? Arizona this weekend, gentlemen. Is it too early in the game to look forward? But Parker Jackson Cartwright will not play for Arizona. Plays 33 minutes at point guard for them. That's a big loss for the Wildcats.
It is a big loss. Only averages about 8 points, 5 assists a game, but they're powered by 3 great freshmen. Lauri Markkanen, 7-footer from Finland, kind of a do-it-all type of player. Averages 18 and 7. Gonzaga is going to have their hands full with him down in LA this weekend.
Rui Hachimura. Almost the steal. Alberts left it for Silas. And the flush on the baseline. He's expressionless, this Melson. He
Working
just
that
brought
baseline.
the roof down. Not even a smile.
You get the block there.
And then the block at the other end.
Now, early in his career, you didn't see him use the athletic ability as much as you anticipate as he did.
Oh, and he throws it in anyways. That's got to count. Foul called on Kylan Phillips.
They're saying the fouls before the shot. Yeah.
Boy, I don't know about that. You got to reward that, don't you, Dan?
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. I mean, what else is he going to do as he's dribbling to the basket? I mean, he's trying to go up and shoot a layup, but that's one of the things, in my opinion, in the college game. The officials try to take so much control of different calls. It just makes no sense. What else is he going to do there but go up to shoot the layup?
You saw his reaction as he learned that he didn't get the bucket.
Disappointed. Rightfully so. Reward that man with an and one.
He's a funny guy. Really enjoy Silas Melson.
Yeah, I mean, hey. You talk about a kid who has shown a lot of toughness and has stuck with it. You know, with as much expectation that came with him when he entered into the program, it didn't click for him immediately, and I think a lot of people, including himself, expected that it would. as he knocks down the second. And last year, I mean, to start the season, it was a real struggle, but he stuck with it, ended up turning it around, having an excellent 15 games to finish the year, and he's picked up again this year. And he provides something that the other three guys in the backcourt really don't, and that's he's a high-level defender.
12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Silas. There's Williams. Silas, he's a good-looking offensive player for Mississippi Valley State.
11 points now, 5 of 10. We talked about what he did against Indiana, 14 points.
.15 on the shot clock. Williams posting up. He's got the ball. Silas now from 3. His first make from behind the arc tonight. 1 of 4, 15 points.
It's just a good possession offensively. Get the ball moving side to side, pass up some good shots. Ball goes inside of the post, kick it back out when the double occurs. Knocked down 3 by Silas. But it's interesting with this group right now, he's playing point guard. Something that I don't think you could have done with Silas in years past.
Amos given 85-47, 6:50 to play. Too far for Williams. Rui trying to go high-low, but Silas Melson, you see the versatility in his game on this couple of highlights. First, the athleticism and the finish, and then the range from deep. Silas Melson, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Gonzaga leads big. Gonzaga Hoops is brought to you by Numerica Credit Union. Show your Bulldog pride with your Go Zags debit card only at Numerica. 85-47. Gonzaga ranked number 8 in the country against Mississippi Valley State tonight, a team that's 0-8. We kind of figured this is the kind of game that we would have. So you still play them, as this coaching staff seen from their team what they're needing to see. 6:38 to play.
Look, this team reminds me of some of the teams you've seen from GU in the past. You know, I think of Olymic's team. You see the nice finish inside from Gibbon. You know, you knew right away what you had with that group. You were working on the margins. You know, I think of the year that they went to the Elite 8. You knew what you had. You're working on the margins. So it's that last 10%. I think this team has a lot of those same characteristics. So for this staff, it's about the details, the small details. Do we consistently take care of the ball? Do we make the simple play? Do we move the ball with the pass offensively? And defensively, are we connected as we see the travel inside from Williams? So it's those small things. So in a game like this, even though you expect to win going into it and you win big, you're able to show your guys some of those mistakes that maybe we're not picking up on as we watch the game casually, and there's some value to that.
Well, I think one of the other things that needs to be addressed is the fact that the teams that you just mentioned there is, for the most part, those teams had guys that were returning.
Right.
This is all new parts. So, Gonzaga's probably only part way into their offensive package and their defensive packages that they're going to provide and show as Rui knocks down a little pick and pop jump shot there at the free throw line extended.
But look, you can just watch that kid play. I mean, just the shot he just took there, the rise and the release of the ball. That kid is a player.
I'm not trying to just hot take here. He's the most talented freshman they have. Raw talent. It's just going to take him a while to figure it out. And when you're dealing with the language barrier he has, and he's so raw on both ends of the floor, it's going to take time.
Time now to announce our Subway sub of the game, and it is Silas Melson. Treat yourself to Subway's new corned beef or turkey Reuben subs today. These subs with sauerkraut, Swiss, and Thousand Island dressing, all on rye bread, are here for only a limited time at Subway. Silas Melson, our Subway sub of the game. And Silas, boy, nice line by Silas. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and smiles.
You got to give him a ton of credit, because of the way that, the nature of college basketball now is things don't necessarily go your way. Maybe your minutes are taken away that you think you've deserved, or you don't play well early on in a career. You look to go somewhere else. And he hasn't done that at all. Thrown into a difficult situation his freshman year when Josh Perkins broke his jaw, thrown into duty at Madison Square Garden. He's responded and really improved.
And a foul called on the other end on Dustin Triano. And that is number 2 on him. And that is 14 fouls on Gonzaga with 4:47 to play. They're chanting MVP.
No, they're chanting Rem VP for Rem Backamus.
Well, it's the MVP in a way.
Close.
I mean, that's who they want, right?
They do.
Skip into the corner. Triano again for 3. Long. Sirlis going to the rim, but he is fouled. And the foul called on Brian Alberts. And that's his first. That's 5 on Chiu. Nice catch by Traylor in the corner. Here's Gibbon. He'll shoot free throws, and another foul called on Alberts.
This can be a tricky situation for players at times like Alberts, who hasn't necessarily cracked into the rotation. You want to be able to show what you can do in limited amount of time so that you can be counted upon later in the season. Pick up 2 fouls like that, be out of position at times. That's not what you need to be doing.
Yeah,
Amos Gibbon now with 9 points. Sorry, Richard.
No, my apologies, Greg. I cut you off there, and I did not mean to do that.
You do it a lot.
I do. I know. I'm working on it. These games are important, not just for the points we've already discussed, but for guys like Alberts, and Backamus and Triano, and a guy like Rui who needs some experience. And these guys, in a lot of ways, put in a lot more effort in practice. They don't get a day off. They don't get reduced reps, and so it's a good reward, but also lets them know as Williams gets fouled on the dunk, where they are with their game. They can show the staff in a game situation the improvements they've made and maybe break into the rotation.
Yeah, it's a complete night and day difference between executing a game plan and executing an offensive set or a defensive rotation in practice in a controlled environment, as opposed to a game when now you've got 6,000 people, even though there's a few people trickling out the doors now. But it's a learning curve and a learning process for players, and it takes them all a different amount of time to get to the end goal.
Williams hits them both. 89-53 the score. So I'm glad you two are here. You offer the best commentary we have. I mean that sincerely. Williams. Nice runner. Hachimura created a little space for himself and then hit the jumper.
I mean, it's just,
come on.
I agree with the comments Richard made a little bit ago. His potential is off the charts. Whether or not he's the best pro prospect's hard to say at this moment in time. But his ceiling, where he could be, is unbelievably high with his skill set, his athleticism.
That finds the rim. And you heard the roar of the crowd. That is because number 15, Rem Backamus, is up off the bench, and he will be checking in here. And that's whistle. Rui for three, short. And now Alberts for three. That's long. Rui got it back, missed it. Still battling is Matthews. He has it blocked. Williams on the glass. They just come at you with waves.
Well, the length of this Gonzaga team is really what catches your eye. I mean, you've got Nelson and Perkins and Williams Goss on the bench, but particularly on the perimeter, I don't think they've had a collection of guards with that the combination of the athleticism, the length on the perimeter, and then you see it inside. I mean, Tilly and Collins are long for days, and then you've got the size of Karnowski, and you got the strength of Williams. It's just an impressive collection of athletes that Gonzaga's put together this season.
And Mark Few calls a timeout with 2:01 to play. And Rem Bakamus will be checking in. And we'll take a timeout here. 2:01 to play at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga up big.
A team to knock down shots and make smart decisions is grown.
And a foul called with 1:50 to play.
Greg, what's your thought? You've been doing this for a long time. You've seen a lot of these teams come through. Seriously, I mean,
yeah. The thing I love about this team is that obviously with all these players, it's already good, but it seems like the best teams over the years here at Gonzaga were good to start the season because they were veteran laden.
Sure.
And so this team now is already where they're at, and by February, it could be scary good. I just think it has it all. As we all know, to win in March in the NCAA tournament, you got to have good guard play.
Well, I don't want to get too far.
You got a great rotation here, and now you got these bigs that are both athletic. They can shoot free throws, they can rebound, and they seem to love playing the game of basketball. I think it's all here for a long run. I'm not going to say Final Four and all that garbage, but it's here to have a really nice March.
This program is at the point where a Final Four is bound to happen. And we've had this discussion many times on air, off air. If you just look at the schedule that's upcoming, I mean, Arizona, it's been one of those historically rivalry-type games on the West Coast, but Arizona's down now and they're injured. Gonzaga should win that game, I feel. Akron is a very good team, actually, that's coming in here in a week or so. UW, a Pac-12 team, they go at Tennessee, who's missing a starting point guard right now. South Dakota was in the NCAA tournament a season ago, but then you kick off WCC play, and St. Mary's is good. Ranked 12th in the country, had a big win at Stanford the other night. BYU's always good, but I don't see any reason why Gonzaga won't be undefeated going into league play.
He just said it, Richard. He just said it.
I know.
And I know Coach Few may say something to us before our broadcast coming up.
He might say
not to us, to you.
He's going to leave us alone.
Achimura. I got your back, Dan.
Thank you. But I'm just saying, you see the way that this team has grown in a short amount of time. You see that there's still a lot of room for growth, and you see how the schedule is shaping up. I mean, you got to start thinking of that at some point.
Hello, Rui. Wham!
Just ridiculous.
When he puts it all together, understanding the culture, the language, and how the game is played over here, he is going to be a bona fide star, in my opinion.
Amos Gibbon.
Look, I mean this as a compliment. Rui's got no idea what he's doing. I mean, it's all just instinct and raw talent. I mean, when he figures out what he needs to do, as Bakamus tees up the tough foul. When Rui figures it out, you know, where I need to be in this defensive line, in this formation, offensively, how I move without the balls, you see him finish. I mean, just watch out. I mean, this is a 6'9" kid who can put the ball on the floor. He's already shown the ability to knock it down from behind the three-point line.
Reminds me of Corey Maggette.
That's a great comp.
Thank you.
Maggette was further ahead as a freshman.
No, but still.
Physically, I've played with and against Corey Maggette since high school. I played with him at the Nike All-American camp, and he was physically built as a junior in high school. The guy that stands out to me as a comp would be Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, I know he is a borderline NBA All-Star, but just if you look
3 times fast,
that'd be very difficult. But the
God
length,
bless you, Dan.
the length and the athleticism that he moves with reminds me of him. Now, again, he's got a long ways to go, but I think that's his comp.
And the lay-in. 30 seconds to play. I'd like to remind all our viewers there will be a bonus break of this broadcast. So the game will end. We'll have more from the McCarthy Athletic Center. Don't turn it off quite yet. And there's Rui again, going to his left, dunking to his right. And I believe that's going to do it. Our final score tonight is going to be 97-63. Gonzaga's biggest lead was 40 at 85-45. They win it going away 97-63. They are now 7-0 on the season, and now will begin to prepare for the Arizona Wildcats. They will play in Los Angeles on Saturday, and that is a game that many across the country, if you're a fan of college basketball, will have great interest in. Josh Perkins, our player of the game tonight, 15 points. 3 rebounds, couple of assists. Rui Hachimura gets into the score sheet with double figures. 10 points tonight. We'll take a timeout. We've got more when we come back. And welcome back to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Number 8 Gonzaga with a 97-63 win over Mississippi Valley State. Greg Heiser, Richard Fox. Gonzaga hit 12 3-pointers in this game, Richard. It was a big part of the offense.
it was, and I think it's going to be a trend throughout the year, quite frankly.
Yeah, they've really shot it well. We're going to go to Dan Dickon now with one of the players that was lighting it up from outside.
Thanks, Greg. Here with player of the game tonight, Josh Perkins. As you said, lightening it up from the outside. 15 points, 5 of 7 from the three-point line. All 5 of those threes came in the last 5.5 minutes of the first half. What was the feeling like when you got it going?
It was a feeling you can't put in words. I just want to give a lot of credit to my teammates in front of me when I was hot. Without those guys, it was not possible. So.
You look at the fact that you guys struggled at times turning the ball over, even though you're playing 2 point guards with yourself and Nigel Williams-Goss down in Orlando. You struggled in that first half with 9 turnovers. What's Coach Few's message at halftime to you guys?
Just take care of the ball. We have the ball majority of the time. We got to do our jobs and take care of it. But our bigs do the same thing, and all uphill from here.
Big opportunity coming up this Saturday. You play Arizona at Staples Center. They came into your building last season and stole one. What's the mind frame? What's the mindset going into that game?
Like you said, they came in here yesterday and took what was ours. Last year, the year before, it's been a couple. So we own one, and Saturday should be a good show.
Josh, appreciate it. Great job tonight. Best of luck on Saturday. Greg, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Josh Perkins. And they're good. I mean, they're just good, right? I mean, that's what we know.
We keep trying to find ways to describe how good they are, and the reality is this is, I mean, they're top 8. Yeah, that's a tremendous rotation, and they've got a lot of versatility. They can put a lot of different combinations out there on the floor, and the balance, too. I don't think we talk about it enough. When I say balance, you've got length up front. I mean, regardless of who's on the floor in your interior, you've got rim protection. You've got guys who can score with either the back to the basket. Outside of Karnowski, everybody can stretch the floor at that 4 and 5 spot. And then defensively, I think their perimeter defense is still not where it will be, but you can see for stretches how dynamic they can be. I mean, they can press if they need to. And this 2-3 zone that they've done, I mean, Gonzaga's used the 2-3 zone in the past, but this year it's been really effective. They've changed some of the wrinkles to it, and you've seen teams that have really struggled to score against it.
Richard, Saturday's game against Arizona, obviously there's going to be a lot of national interest in that game. It's 2 of the best programs this side of the Mississippi, but it's an important game when you look forward to March. I mean, this matchup, this winner or lose, could have impact on seedings in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, when you look at the West region, I mean, I think nothing else, it's a great opportunity to see where you are. You know, Florida was a nice tournament. Iowa State's going to have a tremendous season in the Big 12. Obviously, Florida looked like they've really progressed early in the year. They're going to give Florida some challenges in the SEC, but this is really your first big test. I mean, Arizona's got size up front that can compete with Gonzaga. Gonzaga really hasn't had that. They're long all over the floor. They're going to really test Gonzaga's athleticism and length. So, and look, Sean Miller's as good a coach as there is in the country. They're going to be ready, despite some of the injuries that we've talked about here during the broadcast. This is an Arizona team that's going to be ready to play on Saturday.
And the Zag team, so it wants to get better every time they play. So how does this team, where does it need to get better?
To me, it's consistency. You see these spurts throughout all the games that we've called and that we've watched when they were down in Orlando, where you see, wow, this is a team that when they put it all together, and I'm not saying they need to play at a high level, you know, throughout 40 minutes, but what you see sometimes are some lapses defensively, some laziness taking care of the ball. I mean, some of these turnovers that we've seen are really uncharacteristic. When you have a team with 2 point guards at the level of Josh Perkins and Nigel Williams-Goss, you really can't afford to have those kind of turnovers, particularly in a game like you're going to have on Saturday against Arizona.
Gonzaga, Richard, had 12 turnovers in the first half, just 7 in the second half, so they kind of sewed that up a little bit. But, man, you had 11 players score for Gonzaga. Points coming from all over the floor, a lot of big dunks tonight, a lot of three-point shots, just a complete effort. For Dan Dickau, Richard Fox, and the rest of our Gonzaga basketball crew, I'm Greg Heister saying goodnight from the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga is 7-0.